Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Okay, I got microphone. We are live, gentlemen. Yeah, okay. Welcome all to the Trashman Matt show. I am your host, Trashman Matt. Maryland Live, hello there. Garland, hello, welcome. So, let's start in with today's topics. Well, obviously, we're going to discuss world news, national news, and weather news tonight's show, and then also we're going to talk about some things locally. So let's begin with, obviously, the first big news is Trump says there's a ceasefire between Israel and Iran, while earlier today, Iran fired several missiles at a U.S. military base in Qatar. However, both the Qatari military and the United States military intercepted them successfully with no damage or casualties reported. So now, Iran has commented, this is as 5 minutes ago, says that while they did not agree to anything, they do say that if Israel stops their aggressive action at 4 a.m. Iranian time, no further action will be taken. It's their way of basically catering to their hard base, but that's obviously them being there. So that's basically our world news report right now. That's what we're following. Obviously, everything else is still pretty bad. Fighting is continuing in Ukraine. China is still harassing its neighbors. And South America with its problems. Yeah, Garland, that happened on Saturday. B-2 bombers bombed 3 facilities along with Tomahawk missiles launched from warships and submarines from the U.S. Navy. That was to attempt to destroy their ability to create a nuclear weapon. At least that's the cover story. Now, looks like hostilities might grind down because both sides have exhausted their abilities here to continue the fight, basically, is where we're at. I mean, Israel did launch a surprise offensive. This was 12 days ago. And the fighting got tick-for-tack going back and forth with Iran getting the worst of it, it looks like. A lot of their military leadership was killed, and intelligence agencies suffered a lot, and their military equipment was suffered significantly. So in the difference between the casualties in Israel, which is a few dozen civilians, and as far as I know, no warplanes have been shot down. And Trashmaster 406, Roblox will be on Sunday. During the week, I don't have enough time to actually play, so this is more just a reporting podcast Monday through Friday. Fridays, we review other people's videos at their request. So, back to the main story. And so let's get into some weather stories, some interesting weather stories that actually came across the wire over the weekend. Well, right now, let's go into the main weather story, and I can show this because I actually subscribe to this. So currently we are monitoring a large band of thunderstorms that are stretching from basically Canada. As you can see, they have severe thunderstorm watches posted for Environmental Canada that is posted up here. And I believe this is Quebec, and I'm not sure which provinces these are. And then down into the state of Iowa and northwestern Missouri, we have a couple of severe thunderstorm watches that are still in effect at the moment, and these are still in effect for about the next hour for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning just east of St. Joseph. It comes up 60-mile-an-hour winds observed and almost 3/4 of an inch size hail detected. So that's where that's at. Is that nearest radar? Let's take a look at it. As you can see, this line is it falls apart once it goes into, but this line stretches basically. Let me fan out a little bit better, get you guys a better look. So this line kind of stretches in an angle all the way down into this very narrow band, and this actually coincides with the risk. I'll bring it up. As you can see, the risk is basically in this whole little area. And obviously, Environmental Canada issues their own risks, so that's where it was at. Sal Carlson, what's up? RNS, welcome. So this is where we're at on the weather topic of right now. Currently, we do have a couple of special marine warnings over the Lake Michigan, and this isn't Superior. I'm not. I think I want to say this is Erie, but don't quote me on it. A couple of special. Again, it's the same thing. When you see these, the direction the storm pattern is taking, as you can see, this is the head of the line. So it's not too crazy going on, but let's go into our next. That takes us into our next story. We're gonna go to Lake Tahoe. Late on Saturday, about 3 p.m. I'm gonna show you exactly what happened here. So we're gonna go back to 20. Nope, go to June 21st, and we're gonna chime in at 3:30 p.m. So what happened here? Well, we have confirmed casualties. 8 people died in a boat that capsized. What happened? So this is, they call it a thunderstorm, but it's just a freak storm. So watch when I play it through. You can see where it comes. As you see, it forms near the Truckee area, and it comes in a drifting in the southeastern direction. Now what had happened is, and you can see the videos online, I don't have no rights to it, so I can't show you here. But when the storm came in, it basically pushed all the water of the lake this way, and it due south direction. And swells got up to 8 feet. And for the Lake Tahoe, that's impressive. So these boats, smaller pleasure craft boats, got ransacked and pushed ashore because of the winds. Now, I did look into it. There was no special marine warning issued for it because it requires a 39 miles per hour or 34 knots. And the winds were gusting about 30 knots. So it was almost there, but not quite there. The Coast Guard that is stationed in Lake Tahoe did tell the boats to seek shelter immediately off the harbor, get off the lake, basically, because of what was happening. It was a freak storm, and as you can see when I bring up the velocities here, and this is at a higher altitude, but you can still get an idea where the winds were gusting around. As you can see, they're not very impressive, but the one thing that was, it was feeding into this, so there was a lot of disturbance here. And the other problem is this radar, just to show you where it's at, it's coming from the Reno office here. And this is very rugged terrain over here, so this line of sight doesn't help that much on the storm. So what we're seeing here is not really what we were seeing in the basin itself. Garland, they found the body of a firefighter in Lake Lavon, North Texas. Oh, that's terrible. Do you have anything on that, Garland? If you wish to share it on the chat, go ahead. So, but that's basically what happened here. Now, over the weekend too, Saturday night, actually, in New York. New York had a rather interesting event occur. As you can see, it occurred right here in this area. And let's see if I think it occurred up here in the northern part of the state, but I gotta find the town. Hold on a second, let me look up the town again. We can find it, see if we can look at that storm. Give me one moment, y'all. Bear with me. I am looking it up. Clark Mills. And this occurred during the later hours. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go, I want to say it occurred, I'm not sure exactly when it occurred, so I'm going to go ahead and put it at 3 a.m. And I believe it was, so we'll take a look. However, what happened is a tornado, an EF1, did touch down in this area of the state, and it did actually cause loss of life. 3 people were killed in this tornado. Not quite sure exactly when it occurred, but it occurred within this part of New York. This is the second deadliest tornado in the state's history. So, yeah, that was another thing that occurred. Okay, so this occurred at this time, so it must have occurred on the 22nd. Hold on, y'all. It must have been the 22nd. Alright. I don't see the town, but it was basically part of this line. Let's see. Yeah, the tornado spun up in this line. But yeah, it was a pretty bad event for them, unfortunately. Sorry for the people that did lose their lives in this tornado. It was ranked as an EF1, and that's where we're at. So these are the weather reports that I had seen over the weekend that caught my attention. We are monitoring out in the Pacific. I think the Pacific along the coastline here in Mexico, and I think there's also something going on, a disturbance in the Atlantic where there might be a tropical disturbances forming, but I'll have to check in on them. So we're going back to this. Check this front out again. See what we're looking at. Yeah, a couple of flash flood warnings are still in effect for that northern part of the sector. So that basically concludes our weather report. Temperature right now in Sacramento, at least at what I got, is 90 degrees with winds averaging about 6 miles an hour gusting out of the southwest. So today I did get a picture sent to me from a friend about a EV that was in the city and that was not part of our fleet apparently. It is hold on, let me see if I can get that picture up for you guys. Bear with me. One moment. I'm going to try to see if I have that picture. Here it is. This was spotted on Highway 80 near West Sacramento today. Now, as you can see, the numbers 2418 EV. Now, that may be a typo, and it might be coming to us, but I'm not too confident in this coming. This may be going to a different business unit. But it was traveling towards Sacramento when this picture was taken. So, maybe it's one of ours, maybe it's not. We'll wait and see. But I did want to report that was something that was sent to me today. And yeah. So that's basically brings us up to that point. There's something else today that we shot. I don't know if we shot anything else today. Yeah. Also, we got some interesting complaints from our Google reviews. I was looking through them and I found it very funny. One person was complaining about a driver that had stopped at a coffee shop, and it turned out one of the other drivers knew this person, and which made it even more funnier because that driver obviously called this person and started roasting him for it. Like, why are you hating on us when our guys are getting our coffee when you're getting coffee there too? It was very interesting. I've never seen an accident. RNS highly doubt they go into the sack yard. Yeah, I think it's not coming to us either, RNS, because it is that's a 24 and our numbers are 25s on our trucks. Yeah. Moab, I'm not going to show it because I'm not going to get scrutinized for it, because you understand corporate does watch my videos, so I'm not going to sit here and disrupt this. Just like there's a Google review of a disgruntled employee that has a very interesting take about what happened, and I'm not going to sit there and say that. But what else we got going on? Yeah, so we do have there might be a change coming. I don't know yet, but I might be getting a different green waste route, but that's to be determined probably by the end of the week or at least next week, because we do have a vacant position and we're going to do some reshuffling. So that's basically what I got for today. I did help out, and I ended up doing about 900 cans today on 2 loads. Also, the Greenway sorter machine that they built is finally operational. So there's actually changes in the transfer, and a major construction project is starting in the transfer as well. So we're going to be seeing a lot of construction here going on too. Or you switch to trash. Unfortunately, I probably ain't going to switch to trash unless a miracle happens. It probably won't be until I get to Missouri when that happens. And if that happens, I still expect I'll be doing green. I expect I'll be doing recycle or something. You know, the fun stuff, that the route that nobody else wants, which is the route I'm probably going to take here on green waste, because why not? You know, which route number you could be taking. RNS, I'm not going to disclose at this time. If it does happen, I'll let you know. If not, we're just gonna leave it in the rumor, leave it as a rumor mill. So, but yeah, so far it was a good day. Can't really complain. Can't really complain at all. Yeah. Would you stay in 93? Yes, the truck would stay with me. I am keeping that truck until I leave, and I'll fight somebody for it. Do not play with me. Yeah. What else do we have going on? Anything? Any other news locally on the trash? Haven't heard anything. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. Quiet today. Didn't hear anything. I noticed Atlas got a couple of new front loaders. Looks like Heil. I want to say they're Peterbilts, but don't quote me on it. They look like Peterbilts, but I never seen it before. Borrow 24 in Missouri. They don't use CNG out there, so no, I can't do that. I'll be using a diesel out there. So yeah, all right. So basically, that's what I got today on this report. I mean, I haven't seen anything else that at least required my attention. And hold on, y'all. I'm gonna bring up. I highly doubt there's any all the way out there. I didn't see any out there when I went through there. Everyone's getting Pete's. Yep. That's true. So, yeah, we're still waiting on 98 to get in service. 99 shouldn't be too far out either. So, I'm checking for any storm activity. Do we have any tropical storm? We have a tropical cyclone. This is in the Western Pacific heading towards Tokyo. Sepat. Winds are 35 knots. Maximum winds are 35 knots. Pressure is at 103 millibar. And radius maximum winds are 145 nautical miles. She might become a Category 1 before she... Yeah, she's B... Oh, that's going to... I'm gonna bring this up to you guys so you can see this real quick. This is just to show you. It looks like it's being lying directly for Tokyo, and that could push a lot of water into Tokyo Bay. So that's basically the only tropical cyclone we have. Only storm that's on process right now. And it looks like it will swing wide, and it's gonna head into the northern Pacific and in towards the Barents Sea. So that'd definitely be interesting to see where that's going on. I heard that they're trying to too, but so far it hasn't got one yet. So, Garland, I prefer diesel because I just think diesel operates better. I mean, CNG works. Don't get it wrong; it's okay. I mean, my truck works really great, but diesel doesn't seem to have as many problems as they do. So. All right, what's the National Hurricane Center got? All right, we're on. Yep. So, again, now let's look at the National Hurricane Center real quick. As you can see, basically southwestern Mexico and looks like El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras area. It looks like a system is going to form out there, and then. On the east, on the Atlantic, there looks like there's a good possible disturbance here in the mid-Atlantic. That looks like it's going to be heading east away from these states and most likely towards Europe. Central, nothing. Yep. Nothing to report there. Storm Prediction Center. We have a slight risk tomorrow. And this is for, as you can see, this is for the looks like Cheyenne, Denver area, west, basically eastern Colorado, western Nebraska, southwest South Dakota, and obviously eastern Wyoming. It looks like this is going to be the peak of it. Tornado risk is 2%, wind risk at 15%, and then there's the hail risk with severe hail in that shaded area. Looks possible. Again, it looks like maybe a typical dry line setup up there. And then Wednesday, we have a marginal risk for pretty much most, wow, looks like the whole East Coast. And then, yeah. So we still got some activity, like, literally, look at this. So everything east of the Rocky Mountains has a thunderstorm probability. For the exception of Maine. But everybody else is in that entire bracket to get thunderstorms on Wednesday. You guys are going to have some fun. That's going to be fun. Fire is elevated also tomorrow for Arizona, Utah. And this is for, it's just elevated for, what is it elevated for? Few discussions. Anything else? So that's for dry humidity and gusty outflow winds from these storms. Okay, that's not much to be on. Okay. And all these are the Weather Service's websites, so you guys can just Storm Prediction Center, National Hurricane Center. It's all part of the National Weather Service of the United States. Yeah, CNG is okay. Like I said, CNG is basically okay. It's just they're not really that reliable, I guess. I mean, they're reliable, but they require a lot of maintenance. Hold on, we got a new update here. Currently breaking right now. Missiles have been launched towards Israel. This was as of 1 minute ago. Missiles sirens are sounding as missiles are heading towards Israel at this time. Obviously, I can't show any video because I don't have any rights to it. Apparently, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center is monitoring a disturbance near between the Philippines and Vietnam. It's not a named storm yet, but that's what they're watching. So, what we got going locally in the Weather Service office? San Francisco Bay has a coastal flood advisory currently in effect, and that's basically what it is. Temperatures will be generally rising for the local area with basically into the mid 90s, and we might even creep into the hundreds, I think. Let me see here. Yes, by the weekend we will be creeping into the hundreds, it looks like. Currently, the 28th and 29th do have 100 listed there. And that's currently for the Sacramento area. We'll have to monitor for that and see how that goes. But other than that, we're pretty good. Do you guys have the best for public service rear loaders? I mean, a rear loader is a rear loader. It really depends on the job you're doing. Like, if you're doing bulky and everything else, yeah, they're perfectly fine for that. If you're doing manual trash and everything else, that's alright. Is the Command SST still at your yard? Yes, both of them are still at our yard, and they're still in service in Citrus Heights. That is our current position on that. I do know the project to build more chargers for the next batch of electric trucks are supposed to start soon, but I don't know if that's the case or not. I remember Republic scrapped some of theirs already. Yes, some of the Command SSTs have been scrapped, and I think they've been discontinued as a truck as in general. At least that's the rumor I have. I don't know if it's true or not. Actually, let's go look. let's go look. Kyle. Let's see if they're still offering that in the package real quick. Residential automated side loaders. Yeah, just to show you guys. They are currently not offering the Command SST in the package at all. Right now we have 3 Chargers RNS that are at the transfer. Those are basically, there are 2 trucks can charge on an individual charger. So that's actually what they got right there. So we got a half pack. Hey, that red looked good on that Corrado can, don't it? I'm just saying, you get a half pack, then you have a Mac. The funny part is they have Mac cabs though. Corrados are okay. I don't dislike Corrados, but they're just depending on what you're doing with them, they can be a pain. Commercial, residential, Odyssey control. Interesting. Commercial rear loaders. They should get rid of their revamps too. Honestly, I think the best truck they have when it comes to side loaders right now, at least Heil, is, well, honestly, the 2 best service trucks are the Rapper Rail and then the Dual Pack right here. I think those are the 2 best trucks that Heil sells, at least on side loaders. I mean, the Python arm is okay if you're only using 1 can, but if there's multiple cans you got to pick up or something, that's not that good. I haven't seen a Liberty out here, and obviously I haven't seen a revamp either. So, yeah. Need to bring back their C-frame arms. The 7000 dual pack. Oh, I gotta look that up. Yeah. I can't use any of these pictures, but I'm looking at them right now. Yeah, I don't see. I mean, that's an old design, real old design. Would I drive a Voltra or a revamp? I'm not above doing it. I mean, I'm not. As long as the damn thing works, I don't care. Yeah, about Trashman, if I wasn't just in it 2 days and I was stuck with it and everything else, I'd make it work too. But I'm just saying is that was my least favorite truck. But then again, it was a 2024 brand new one where all the sensors and everything else are basically making it to where I can't even, when I dump the can, I can't even see in the damn hopper when I was using it. And I couldn't figure out how to turn it or nothing. And it, yeah. Or which one I would rather drive? Honestly, I think I'll take the Voltra. Because why not? I want to look space age. What's going on in the Aurora camp? Nothing on the Aurora. Alright. Any weather alerts? Ooh, emergency warning. What's going on over there? Landslide alert. Oops. Advisory still in effect landslide. Advisory still in effect tornado. Apparently there is a current tornado warning in Japan right now. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Japan's meteorological agency's website's very interesting. The fact that it's in English helps a lot. Do you need? They need to buy those dual pack bicycles again without the hopper cover. Those things get in the way, and they can't grab two cans at the same time anymore. Yep, that sucks. Do you think Henderson should also buy those ZSLs? Given how hot it is in Henderson, especially in the summertime when it hits about like 122, 130, I wouldn't. I mean, they're struggling right now where we're at, and the temperature is only in the 80s. And when the temperature peaked in the hundreds, half of them stopped working. So unless they can find a way to keep the battery cool or something and everything else, I don't see that these vehicles are going to be anywhere effective in temperatures that exceed over 100 degrees. Now, more northern states, I guess they could probably use them, but yeah, I don't think so. I still haven't seen our electric front loader that people are saying it's around here somewhere. The thing's better at hide and seek than Obama or Osama bin Laden was. So, what else we got going on here? Yeah, well, let's go look. Let's Google it. Let's go look at the Henderson yard real quick, since you guys are talking about it. Alright. I'm bringing it up. Yeah, it's not really that big of a yard. Definitely see some python arms, though. Let's have a little peek. Ooh. Yeah, look, it's a ZR. We got some dual packs parked over here, the red ones. It's just kind of odd to see red. Republic trucks for me, because all the ones I've seen are blue. We had a white one too, but yeah. Well, uh, there's a spot for you guys right there to just knock down and build on. Let's go dig it out. I'm sure the city wouldn't mind. They wanted to add CNGs there years ago, but backtracked because there's no room. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see much room here. I mean, our yard's bigger than this. I mean, just to show you guys the difference. Just to take you out to the transfer. Well, the satellite view is updated because I don't see, what is that crowd again? No, that's a, yeah, that is a crowd again. We don't have these in service anymore, so the satellite view is not up to date. Yeah, I still see the crowd cans. But yeah, so y'all can see it. This is where, right here is where the electrics are actually parked at in our yard. Not in this view though. Let's see what we got here though. Okay, that's the Mac. I want to say that's a ZR. That's the Labrie. That's a Mac Labrie there. So that's the Mac Labrie. That must be the ZR. And then there's the New A rental. So yeah, we probably don't have that many. I can look at down here and give you a better look. Yeah, I don't even see no. Yeah, this was taken. Okay, there is one ZR there. Yeah, there's only another one, which is here. It looks like. Yeah, so this was taken before we even got the trucks. Our current batch of ZRs and stuff. So that's a very old picture. And the green waste pile too. So the little hopper thing is back here. Now where they actually, so this is no longer up front, it's back here. But yeah, that's the transfer station. I think it's back when they had two Labries. Yeah, back when I was driving the Labrie year and a half ago. So I mean, obviously this is public view. You can look at that on Google Map yourself. So it's not like it's trade secrets or nothing. I don't think we're probably spending a lot of money on a lot of things right now. So there's, like, I do know they're trying to go full automated, and get rid of all the manual trash routes around the company. So that's like one of the things they're spending on. They're spending millions on these electric vehicles and everything else, and they're spending a lot of money on upgrading facilities. And there's also acquiring new contracts and everything else. So actually, let's go see if Republic Made has anything announced. Public Services News. Press release. Any press releases? Just from May. So nothing's new. So company news. Yeah, I don't see. They haven't reposted anything new. So let's see what Google News says and if anything's on. Yahoo Finance. Why Republic Services is a top growth stock for the long term. So Yahoo News is reporting that Republic's a good investment. And Public services are picking up earlier due to summer heat in Vegas. That was 6 days ago. New organics landfill has been built in Ortat landfill. Machine's name is Thor. That's in San Diego. Okay. Public services. Yeah. Yeah, they're spending a lot of money. And apparently there's a labor dispute somewhere I'm not sure where this is at. Get an idea. Looks like Georgia. Looks like a union dispute. Apparently, pickets are planned for California, Indiana, Washington, and Canada too. Unions. Apparently, some union is having some beef with the public services. That's on the Google News. If you guys want to check that out, and I'm not going to show it because these are actual news sites, and I can't. Obviously, I'm not paying any rights to them or nothing, so I cannot show them. Oh, let's filter this. So let's see what else Republic. Heartland Bank and Trustee acquires 1,100 shares of Republic Services. Damn spam number. Busy. You know, the problem is like I'm really tired of these telemarketers and spam numbers calling me. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm going to literally go to one of these other countries and fuck with this guy the way he fucks with me. So, just keeps calling me every day and everything else. Like, dude, I'm not interested in your premium package. Leave me alone. Ooh. Republic requires 2 private haulers in Wisconsin. This was a month ago. Let's open it up and take a look. Purchase Town and Country Sanitation and Peterson Sanitation. They spend at least intention to spend $1 billion this year in acquisitions. Damn. Confirmed the acquired of a long-time Wisconsin hauler effective May 1st. So this was a month ago. This is almost 2 months ago. Our Public Services has now acquired 2 haulers underneath it. And this is related to company provides residential commercial roll-off services in positions of southwest and south central Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. The company provides waste collection estimated to 100 cities and towns and villages in the region. Federal records show that they operate 50 vehicles in Wisconsin, and Pearson operates combined 26 vehicles in Wisconsin and Iowa. Town Country started in the 1990s with 1 truck, and it is, according to its website, it won its first big municipal contract in Bruce Cobell, Wisconsin in 92, and went on to set its headquarters in the city. The company, he goes, hey, it sounds like Atlas Disposal trying similar story to Atlas Disposal right there. Yeah. This is at least the second largest acquisition in Wisconsin this year, following GFL environmental purchases of LRS assets in the state. LRS previously acquired set routes from sanitation. So these little company haulers were probably not able to support themselves, and they ended up they were either going to go under or they had to sell. That's kind of what's going on around. A lot of small haulers are kind of going bankrupt because they can't eat up the cost of inflation and the extending costs of expenses to run an operation. So, I mean, you have an option: either sell a company for get some millions out of it from a different company, or you run the risk of going bankrupt. So what else here? Wealth Enhancement Advisory Services LLC has 69.03 million stake in Republic Services. A lot of major companies are investing in Republic Services right now. That is interesting. So they must know something we don't. That means something. If all these investors are investing into Republic Services, that means something big is about to happen. Because they don't just start. They don't start throwing that much shares into a company unless they know something we don't. Let's see. Travel trade persistent billings. That was back in January. Yeah, that's pretty. Name picking to him. I don't know. I don't know, but that's yeah. If they're investing that much money, and that means we're probably. I'm gonna speculate on this. That means we're probably gonna. There might be a merger coming with some other company because that's what it looks like. It looks like there might be like a merger with some other larger group. Maybe I don't know. Can't imagine WM getting Vegas. WM couldn't get themselves out of a box. Yeah, so there's something that's going on here. Hold on, I'm gonna read the Yahoo Finance article real quick and see what it says. Why is it one growth stock should be on the wait list? Blah blah blah. Public services are providing non-hazardous solid waste. I think this is everything else. Across 5 saltwater disposal processes across the United States and Canada. Portfolio due to its solid ranking, rating, notable growth metrics, and impressive growth, and well as son of a bitch. If anyone wants to know some trading stocks right now, Tesla's up 26 points. Her, Heavenly Health or whatever it is down 22 points, and Advanced Micro's up 1 point. Super Micro's down 4, and Nevada Corporation is up 0.32. In case anybody wanted to know. So yeah, I'm actually interested in this now. This has really caught my attention. Yeah, something's up here. Hmm. Oh yeah, I'm trying to see if I can. Let's see what Republic has gotten this year. Yeah, I'm not paying for your freaking trial. Screw off. Yeah, it is very interesting reading this information. So, in combined stock investments from investors, Republic Services is almost at like 3 billion. Garland, I just saw your message about LA sanitation. Um, let's we'll do that tomorrow. First thing on the show, we'll check that out tomorrow. Cause we're almost down here. We only got about 10 minutes left on the show before I got to get off. So, but yeah, retirement fund cuts its holdings in shares of. Hold on. In stakes in public services by 37% in the first quarter. Company in the most recent other lending institutes and everything else. Get that damn thing off my screen. Republic's position is 70% during the fourth quarter. Yeah. Well, Republic is making a damn lot of money right now. Can't blame them. All these things are acquiring. So, Republic Services is in Canada now? Hold on. Let's go take a little peek, shall we? Apparently, Republic Services is in Canada, but I don't buy that. I don't know what they're doing, so I'm checking. Ontario or Quebec, maybe? Okay, Republic Services. Canada. Republic Services of Canada. This is a new thing. So apparently, been in the city of Toronto since 2000, according to that press release. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Imagine us, Republic in Australia or every single country. That'd be funny. Tyler Rocks, hello there. Welcome. I'm currently reviewing Republic Services stocks and some interesting information here. They brought in a network of 495 million this year, or so far in the first quarter. First quarter's gone. Oh my. So, Recycle Source, 2025, operator and hauler based in Pittsburgh. That's a major hauler in that area. That explains why. That explains why stocks are going up. Additional environmental solutions, targeting acquisitions, focus on targeting competitive solid waste. They also grant this growth. Blah blah. Blah. Has invested approximately $1 billion in acquisitions. So yeah, we're definitely coming. I think we're coming after Waste Management's throne. Let's ask the Google AI, see what it says. So according to this, it says we're currently not in position to overthrow them. You remember they scammed investors a while back? Yeah. Investor grow lights. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting reading this. So, Waste Management has a significant larger market share of the waste hauling market. That's not surprising to Republic Services. Waste Management also manages a larger share of landfills. That's, you know, so revenue and financial strength. Waste Management gains more revenue, profit annual than Republic Services. Yeah, but I think we're catching you in that part too. Both companies are actively pursuing acquisitions, while Republic Services made significant acquisitions like Ecology West. Waste Management has made significant acquisitions such as Cycler Steel deal in 24. Probably shows a stronger earnings in recent years. According to reports, forecasts still suggest Waste Management may have a slightly higher revenue the rest of the coming years. In summary, while the company, blah, 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 focus on growth and acquisitions, particularly in the environmental sectors, solution sectors, it faces strong competition from Waste Management, anything else. So let's do Public Services Waste Connection. Let's see if there's like a see what this thing says. Yeah. So Waste Connections is not currently talking with Republic Services about any merger, according to reports. Let's see what it says about Atlas Disposal. Hmm. Damn. Listen to this. You guys are gonna laugh at this part. Relationship with Republic Services. This is Atlas Disposal it was talking about. A View mentions that Republic Services or Atlas Disposal took over for Republic Services in Rancho Cordova. There was a time when Republic Services was a competitor for the Rancho Cordova contract. This was the bidding process involving both companies. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's. So that is basically a Republic Services news report, too. I mean, they're obviously doing pretty good for themselves, and yeah, we'll definitely be following what goes on with these unions, and I'm definitely going to be following also for when the next quarter comes out next month, because that's definitely going to be interesting to see how that goes. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight's episode. I am. Oh, I got distracted. Well, Matt's Mayor is stupid for changing to Atlas. Yeah, well, their problem now. So, alright, guys, I am Trashman Matt. Thanks for watching tonight or listening to tonight's podcast. We'll be back again tomorrow at 7 p.m. And we will be continuing on about what happens in the world, weather, and also whatever's going on in the trash industry. Alright, guys, thanks.